Greetings, everyone. I am Dr. Wolf, and today I'm going to show you how there could have been a multi-season long story arc in My Little Pony using episodes and story elements already present in the series. Let's go back, way back to 2012 with the Season 2 episode, It's About Time. Now, there is a moment when Cerberus suddenly descends upon Ponyville, and Twilight talks about how imperative it is that he is taken back to guard the gates of Tartarus. Now, what if we had a very brief scene during that episode which showed three shadowy figures had escaped during the time Cerberus had left his post? Upon first viewing, none of the audience would know who these figures could be, but eventually they would be revealed as Chrysalis for the Season 2 finale, Sombra for the Season 3 premiere, and a long time later, T-Rex for the Season 4 finale. I know more than a few fans out there have commented on just how coincidental it is that Twilight and the gang have had to deal with quite a few ancient evils over such a short amount of time when there had been continual peace for so many centuries. So, showing that these three had escaped Tartarus at a specific time would help to quell those comments. Now, none of the main characters would realize this breakout had happened until the Season 2 finale after Chrysalis had been defeated. Celestia would visit Tartarus herself and realize that two other prisoners had escaped, and immediately make preparations against these threats. So, in the Season 3 premiere, when the guard comes in and says, "It has returned," Celestia had already known that Sombra would seek to reclaim the Crystal Empire, and that's why she had sent out her royal guards to keep watch for it. Now, at the end of the premiere, we could have an extended scene between Celestia and Luna, showing off this mysterious book and speaking of this final prisoner. Though currently he would be the weakest of the three who escaped Tartarus, he could also be the most threatening if he isn't found before he accumulates enough power. This could be the moment when Celestia decides that Twilight must be made ready to take on a greater role within Equestria, referring to the as-of-yet unnamed book. And if Celestia and Luna were trying to think of any other possible allies, this could also be the moment when they hint at bringing back the Spirit of Chaos himself. Thus, you'd have more of a setup for not only magical mystery cure, but also keep calm and flutter on. Moving on to Season 4, there's already a fair bit which is leading up to the finale, but not near enough to properly set up the villain while maintaining an aura of mystery. So let's take a look at one of the less important episodes of the series and add a little something. Castlemania already comes in with a fun little horror aesthetic, which turns out to be all just misunderstandings. But it does end with a very brief glimpse of what we assume to be the Pony of Shadows. This really didn't turn out to be anything special. But what if this turned out to be T-Rex in hiding? He's in a place that is far away from any ponies who might alert the princesses of his whereabouts, and I think there could even be a more legitimate reason for him to be all the way out here. The Star Spiders. In the episode, they are featured in a couple of scenes and yet don't really seem to have any real purpose in the story. However, let's say that T-Rex's 1,000-year stay in Tartarus has left him so weak that he's even unable to muster enough energy to steal magic from a pony. He'd need to find some other creature with just a bit of magic to start building his reserves first. So, have a scene at the end of Castlemania where you see star spiders being hit with this draining magic, and their stars are disappearing because of it. We don't see T-Rex's hands, or his face, or even hear his voice. All we need is just the sight of his hooves, his cloak, and ever more magic being drained from the spiders. That would have been an excellent setup for his character into the season finale. And believe me, if the MLP staff had put in all this effort to connect these story elements way back in seasons 2, 3, and 4, I would have been all the more ecstatic trying to piece together clues and analyzing just what might have been coming next. But what do you think? Would it have been possible to add in scenes like these without disrupting any of the story structures that were already there? Would it have had a positive impact on the series, or made things a bit too complicated? Let me know, because as always, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.